Chosen ones, where you are. Chosen ones, back with another powerful and productive video. Right, great, chosen one. Chosen one, your silence is fighting them. Oh yes, chosen one. You see, the more you are quiet about what your enemies are trying to bring your way to do to you, right, the more you are going to win. Yes, chosen one, I'm telling you, silent and quiet people are the wisest people. Oh yes, and sometimes silence is the best revenge. Yes, leave it to silence, and silence will take vengeance on them. Yes, chosen one. You see, the enemies, haters will try so many things on you, right? Great. But you, as a chosen one, you are just like a spider. You know a spider? Everybody know a spider? And, everybody has seen a spider before, but we don't really know what goes on. Concerning the life of a spider. So permit me to take some few minutes to tell you why I'm saying you as a chosen one, you are like a spider, okay? You are going to be inspired and motivated, and you will learn some wisdom from the spider. All right, great. So let's delve into that. Chosen one. You see, the spider web, any insect that gets into it gets stuck, right? Great. And sometimes you yourself, accidentally, if you get into it, the webs are going to stick on your face. You have to be removing them, cleaning your face here and there and stuff. That's a proof that it is sticky, right? Great. Now the question is, why is it that the spider itself doesn't get stuck in its own web? Yes, chosen one. And her answer is simple. You see, nature, God, in his own wisdom, created the spider in such a way that the spider's own body, come out with some fluid, oily fluid that, gets to the feet of the spider, and that makes it not to get stuck, not to get stuck in its own web. That is the design plan of God. So there is an oil on the spider, so the spider never ever gets stuck, no matter what, right? That is the same way you as a chosen one. There is an oil on you, and the oil on you will never ever let you get stuck in anything. Oh yes, it will not stick. It will not hold water. No matter what the enemy does, no matter what the haters do, it will not stick. It will not stuck. It will not stuck you. It will not hold you in there and keep you in bondage. No. You as a chosen one, you cannot be catched. You cannot be trapped. You are just like the air. You can catch it. That is the sort of person that you are. You need to know who you are and whose you are. When you know who you are and whose you are, that you are chosen one and you belong to God, you fear no more, because you know that whatever the devil does, whatever the enemy does, whatever haters do, God is going to see you through. Yes, because your God is all powerful. He created everything. Whatever the enemy is going to use against you, it is your God that has created it. So that thing, you have power over it. That is why you as a chosen one, Every day you need to be grateful. You need to show some sort of appreciation to God, because God loves you. God is with you. He's always protecting you. The things that the enemies, the weapons they keep fashioning against you, they keep forming against you, the traps they keep setting for you, but all these never stick. It never gets you stuck. You triumph over them. You overcome them. I'm telling you, silence is powerful. Leave everything to silence. Silence will do the necessary thing for you. It will fight them. Yes, it will. It will. You see, if you are silent, it means you are leaving everything to God, to the universe, knowing there are fundamental primary laws that governs this universe. And for sure, justice is going to be yours. Vengeance is the Lord. So you don't take revenge on your enemies by trying to, prove that you can talk, you can speak, you can make noise. No. You just stay quiet. You just stay silent. And when you are silent, I'm telling you, that is when the magic happens. Silence is very powerful. You see, silent people are creative people. They are wise people. They are innovative people. Yes, because creation is always done in silence. If one wants to figure out himself or herself, it is done in silence. Yes, silence is the time that you hear from God and God speaks to you. Silence is the time that your intuition becomes very more powerful. Yes, Joseph, silence is power. Imagine someone delivering a speech and all of a sudden the person keeps quiet. What happens? Everybody keeps quiet and everybody try to pay attention to watch the person. You are in control. The moment you become quiet and silent, you are in control. Yes, now you command attention on you. That is the power of silence. When you are silent, your enemies, they get nervous, they get devastated, they get perplexed, they get terrified, they get afraid. You know why? Because they don't know what you are up to. They don't know your next plan of action. They don't know your next move. And your silence can never ever be misquoted. So it gets them to be fidgeting, to be shaken. Because they're like, what? We want his trouble. We want her trouble. We want her to talk. We want him to talk. So that we will take him by his words. So that we will take her by her words. But if you don't mind, you become a wise person. I remember I once read, and this guy, Pythagoras said, a fool is known by his words, but a wise person is known by his silence. Yes, Joseph, silent people are wise people. Yes, and being loud doesn't mean you are correct or you are powerful. And being silent doesn't mean you are powerless or you are wrong or you don't know what you are up to. It is all because your solitude matters to you than society. Yes, and silence matter to you more than speech. Yes, chosen one, because sometimes in life, people will just offend you because people don't want you to be peaceful. People don't want you to be happy with yourself. So the enemy, they will try to be bringing things your way to get you provoked, to get you angered. And I tell you, he who or she who provokes you, angers you, controls you. So the moment you have this wisdom and you remain quiet, silent, right? You can't be controlled. Yes, you've not given your emotional control to them, so they can't control you. Yes, chosen one. They want you to get stuck, but no, you are a wise person. You don't let that happen to you. You choose silence because you know in silence is greatness. Remember, creation is done in silence. Everything. Remember the seed, even for the seed to germinate from the soil. It grew up in silence, bit by bit, bit by bit. But destruction always happens with sound. Yes, chosen one. Empty barrels make the loudest noise. When a barrel is filled, a drum is filled with stuff, with content, it doesn't really make noise. Yes, chosen one. The more you know, the more you want to stay at peace with yourself, the more you become quiet and very, very silent, knowing that it is all by grace. You didn't bring yourself here. Your Creator brought you here. Your Maker brought you here. And He's absolute in charge to fight for you. The moment you are silent, when there are bad breaks, bad stuff are happening, when at the workplace you're doing your best and people are trying to, pull you down, tarnish your reputation, you go in the extra mile, but they are against you, leave it to silence. You see, when you are quiet and silent and you keep doing the best, right? You are passing the test. You're telling yourself, I can handle it. And in that way, you are activating your faith because you see beyond the current situation. You see beyond what is happening right now, and you know that this too will pass. Out of whatever situation that you are going through, God is going to show Himself so strong. If you are silent and quiet, it is all because you know that your God is never silent or quiet on your issue, and He is working behind the scene for you. The harvest, the results are working themselves out. So why make noise? You just choose to move forward. Even when there is a breakup, you don't get discouraged. You don't complain. You don't get upset. Yeah, you may cry sometimes. It will hurt you, but you try to move on. In that way, you are passing the test. No matter what, if you are fired at that job, doing your best and you get fired, it will feel discouraging. But if you don't get discouraged and you keep activating your faith, something better will come your way. Oh yes, chosen one. Have you faced some sort of divorce? Have the doctor given you some medical letter saying, oh, this cannot be cured? If you are silent and quiet and you learn to pray to God, to talk to your God, and you keep on being positive in that negative situation, you are passing the test. You're telling yourself you can handle it. You're proving to God that yes, He got you. He's with you, and you know He's not silent. Even though you are silent, but He is loud, working behind the scene on your behalf. In that way, you are activating faith, and your silence begins to destroy them, to damage them, to crush them, to do the fight for you, right? Leave it to time. No person, nobody is stronger than time. I'm telling you, that is it. So keep doing you and keep being you and keep letting God lead you in all you do. And I tell you, you will never lose. Your God will never ever shame you. chosen ones, they never carry last. See you in my next video. I'm out for now. Peace.